Hello students, welcome to Ganesh Coaching and Commerce classes. Earlier we have started chapter number 2 in which we started practice set 2.1, okay, and we have completed till question 2. Today we will start question number 3. Let's start. What is given here? In the given figure, okay, here we have given one figure. In that line L is parallel to line M. Here two lines, that is line L and M, which are parallel to each other. And next statement, what is given here? Line N is parallel to line P. Okay, so here another one pair of line, that is N and P, in which these two lines are parallel to each other. So here in this case again we have given four lines, okay, and two lines are parallel to each other, means that the two pairs we have given and these two pairs are parallel to each other. And by this we have to find here angle A, angle B and angle C. Here we have to find the value of A, B, C, and we have given one value, that is of 45 degree. Okay, so now we have to find these three values, okay, on the basis of this 45 degree. So let's start solving this. Okay, first of all we have to check what is the relation between this 45 degree and any of the angle A and B. Is there any relation? Interior angle, okay, there is no interior angle relation between these two angles, as well as corresponding angles and vertically opposite angles, alternate angle. No relation lying between A and B to the 45 degree. Okay, so here we have to assume another angle. Okay, here we have taken the alphabets from A to C. Now we will assume alphabet D means that the angle D. Okay, we have to put angle D somewhere. Okay, by this we can find the value of A, B, C. Okay, so now I am putting angle D here. Okay, if we find the value of angle D, so we can find the value of angle A. Okay, by which property? Interior angles theorem. Okay, if we get value of A, so we can find the value of B. Okay, by which angle? Vertically opposite angle, and B and C are corresponding to each other. So if we found the value of D, so indirectly we will find the value of A and as well as B and C. So first of all we have to find the value of D. Which relation we are seeing here between D and 45? Okay, clearly visible that here X is making, so D and 45 degree has the relation that vertically opposite angle. Okay, so here we can write directly that D is equal to 45. What is the reason behind this? Okay, we have to write that vertically opposite angles. Okay, so here we found the value of D. Now we have to find the value of A. Okay, so for making interior angle we have to write one statement. Okay, what is this statement? We have to write by which line these interior angles are making. Okay, so here when L and M are parallel and P is transversal, so we are getting here D and A are, we have to write reason that L and M are parallel to each other and P is transversal. So here we will write that line L is parallel to line M. Okay, and which line is transversal here? This line. Okay, which is P. So here we have to write line P is transversal. Okay, so by this here we can say that A and D are the interior angles, and there is one property that sum of interior angles is 180 degree, means that interior angles are supplementary angle. So here angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. What is the reason behind it? Interior angles theorem. Okay, so here we found the value of D, that is 45 degree. So angle A plus 45 is equal to 180. Okay, now 45 is plus on left hand side, when it goes right hand side it converts into minus. Okay, so here what is the value? 180 minus 45, that is 135 degree. So here we found the value of A, that is how much it is, 135 degree. Now we have to find the value of B and C. Okay, as we are looking in the figure, A and B are vertically opposite angles to each other, so we can write that angle B is equal to angle A. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. Okay, so now what is the value of B? What is the value of A? That is how much it is, we got 135 degree. So we have to write 135 degree. Now by the value of A we found the value of B. Now our aim to find the value of C. Okay, when we are looking into the figure, we are seeing that B and C are corresponding angles. Okay, by which lines these two corresponding angles are made? Okay, when P and N line are parallel to each other and line M is transversal. So we are getting here B and C are corresponding to each other. Okay, we learned the definition of corresponding angles, the angle which look like same. Okay, so here B and C also look like same, so we can conclude that this is corresponding angle. So before that we have to write the statement that line P is parallel to line N. Okay, so here line P is parallel to line N. Okay, and which line is transversal here? M. Okay, so line M is transversal. Okay, so we can conclude that B and C are corresponding angle because these two angles looking like same. Okay, so here angle C is equal to angle B. These are corresponding angles. Okay, so we found the value of B, that is how much it is, 135. So angle C is equal to 135 degree. Okay, so we found the value of A, that is 135 degree, and value of B, that is 135 degree, and again value of C, that is how much it is, 135 degree. Okay, by which angle we found the value of ABC? Okay, that is angle T. Okay, and angle T we assume because there was no relationship between given angle and the angle which we have to find. Okay, if there is any such case like this sum, so we have to assume one angle which shows the relationship between the other angles which we have to find. Okay, so here we completed question 3. Let's start question number 4. Here in question number 4 we have again in the given figure. Okay, here we have given one figure. Sides of angle PQR and angle XYZ are parallel to each other. Here we have given two angles in the figure. First one is PQR, okay, and second one is XYZ. And we have given in the statement that sides of these two angles are parallel to each other. What does it mean? That side of first angle, that is PQ and QR, and side of another angle, that is XY and YZ. These two sides of these two angles are parallel to each other, means that PQ parallel to XY and QR parallel to YZ. These two are sides of these two are the sides of these two angles. Okay, so here by which we have to prove that angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ. So here we have to prove that angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ. So here we can't prove directly. Here we have to do one construction, okay, by which we can make a relationship between these two angles. Okay, for proving the angles equal or not equal, we need one relation at least. Okay, when we are looking into the figure, there is no relation between these two angles. Okay, only we have given that sides of these two angles are parallel to each other. So here we have to do construction. So here we are extending the ray XY, okay, so that it intersect the ray QR at the point M. Okay, so here we have to write what we did in the figure, that construction. we did firstly construction. So here we have to write construction. What we did in construction? Firstly, tell me what is this? XY or YX? What is this? Line, segment or ray? Okay. When we are looking that here one end is closed and another end is open. Okay. When one end is closed and another end is open, so we say that this is ray. Okay. When both the ends are closed, so we can say that this is line segment. Okay. So here we did construction that extend here ray xy. Okay. So extend ray xy so that it intersect, okay, to which it is intersecting here ray QR. Okay. So that it intersect ray QR. Okay. At which point it is intersecting? At point M. Okay. QR at point M. Okay. So here we complete our construction part. Now we have to make relationship between these angles. Okay, which we are looking into the figure. When we are looking the figure, here we have given that YZ is parallel to QR and XY is parallel to PQ. On the basis of this given concept, we have to create relationship. Firstly, we are taking here XY is parallel to PQ. Okay, which is given. So here we are taking line XY is parallel to line PQ. Okay, from which we got this relationship. It was given. So here we have to write. Okay, when XY is parallel to PQ, so we can conclude that XM is also parallel to PQ because XYM, these 3 points are collinear. Okay, so here we can conclude that when XY is parallel to PQ, so XM is also parallel to PQ. So line XM is parallel to PQ. What should we write? Reason here, XYM are collinear. Okay, so we have to write X dash Y dash M. Okay, this indicates that X, Y and M are collinear. Okay, so here if these two lines are parallel and there is QR, okay, which is acting as transversal. These two lines are parallel and QR acting as transversal. So here we have to write line and line QR is transversal. Okay, so now when we are looking into the figure, we are getting that this angle and this angle both are looking alike. Alike means same. Okay, when in the figure both the angles looking same, so we conclude that these two angles should be corresponding angles. Okay, so here we can write that angle PQR is congruent to, is equal to angle XMR. What is the reason behind this? Corresponding angles. Okay, so here we found one relationship between PQR and XMR. So here we have to take as equation number 1. Okay, so now first we took XY parallel to PQ. Now we have to do YZ parallel to QR. Okay, so line YZ is parallel to line QR. Here YZ is parallel to QR, and which line is acting as transversal here? That is XM. Okay, so here line XM is transversal. And what is the relationship we are finding here between these two angles, x, y, z and x, m, r? Okay, we are seeing that these two angles are looking alike, means that these two angles are corresponding angles. So here we can write that angle xyz is congruent to angle xmr. Okay, what is the reason? We have to write here that corresponding angles. Okay, if we write here corresponding angles or corresponding angles theorem, both the right here. So here to take here equation 2. Okay, when we are observing by watching the equation 1 and 2, okay, in the both the case one angle is same, which is that angle xmr here, and also here angle xmr. So when we compare these two equations, that is 1 and 2, so we can cancel these angles, okay, which is same here. So angle xmr here also present and angle xmr here also present. So by comparing equation 1 and 2, what we are getting here? Angle PQR, okay, is a sign, that is congruency sign, and what remain here? Angle XYZ. Reason we have to write, okay, by which we cancel these angles, that is XMR. Okay, what we have to write here? From equation 1 and 2. If we write here from equation 1 and 2, what does it mean? It means that we compared equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, so here we found the angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ, and this value we have to prove. Okay, we have to ask in the question to prove that angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ, and we found here. So you have to solve this type of question by this method. If there is no relationship, so we have to take here any of the angles, or we have to extend one line for making relationship between two angles. Okay, so here we completed question 4, and question 5 we will do in the next lecture. Okay, you have to solve question 3 and question 4 twice. Okay, and further if you have any difficulties, then you can ask me on WhatsApp.